Hello lovelies, how are you all doing? Welcome back to the little cottage garden by the sea for a tour at the beginning of May. It's actually the 30th of April for me today. So I will just say, starting here because we've had this crazy wind for the last 3 days. It's an easterly, which means it comes straight off the bay, slams the town. I really hope it won't be a problem as we go around the garden. It's become really bright. That might be an issue as well because of dark light. We'll just see how we get on. But yes, cast your minds back 4 weeks to the last tour. And that was coming off the back of pretty much 6 months of nearly non-stop rain. So the garden was, it was an abandoned mess. There was stuff everywhere, jobs to do, weeds, oh my goodness, the weeds. So I hope when I show you around today, you'll be able to start to see a chunk of difference, bearing in mind in the last 4 weeks I've had visitors, both in terms of prepping them here, that took out a week. I've had carpenter in, that was 2 long days. I've subsequently been painting, this is the bookcases. There's not been a lot of time for the garden, so when I have been out here, I've just tried to be really blinkered and like, right, get on. Anyway, enough chatting about it. Let's go and have a little look. Let's make a start down in the shade garden. So, first things first, finished weeding the patio, but also all along the side here, there were tons of weeds. Got most of the ones from down the side of the building out. There's a couple I just spotted have come through again, but yeah, this whole floor area is totally weed free. Into the shade garden I have also weeded, so there was loads of herb Robert and other bits in here that I didn't want. So now what's left is, this is the Japanese anemone, putting on lots of new growth. So that's a nice little clump of them there, and they're white, so they're going to stay. The other thing I did was I've been through and found all the rubbish. Gosh, there was so much rubbish. Bits of scaff planks, the metal kind of, the kind of the joints they use to put all the scaffolding together. Tons of those. Another lovely big bit of Purbeck stone rescued. So that's all gone, as has all the rubbish that was up here. And again, cleared of rubbish, all weeded out, all the sort of steps weeded. So that's as far as I've got in the shade garden, and the next job will be, as you know from previous video, to get the bramble out. I did pull a bit of it because it was starting to root. Can you see that's one of the bramble shoots? Let me put it on there for contrast, and you can see how it was starting to root, and I thought, oh no you don't. Stop rooting. So there's quite a tangle of bramble in there, but brambles out, leave those crocosmia, all these crocosmia out, and the laurel. That's a whole nother day, but I'm glad to at least get rubbish, weeds, etc out. Good. And more importantly, all down the path, my goodness, it was such a mass of weeds. I've been into this bed and got out all the bluebells that showed their faces after me. I mean, I knew I wouldn't get them all last year, but any that showed their faces in this bed have now gone. Bit of spare compost tipped there. That's going to be where my celery goes. I didn't tackle the bluebells under here, but what I did do is nip off their flower heads so at least they wouldn't set any seeds. And I've just seen a bit of jasmine I missed when I was doing the blooming jasmine prune. Up and over you come. I'm going to leave that to dangle there, and it will remind me. But I'm pleased to see this is the viburnum. It was looking really sickly and dropped so many leaves. I can't remember what, there's a specific problem with viburnum. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, all this beautiful, really bright glossy leaves are starting to come back. Okay, we're going to have an issue with into the light in a second, so I'll come this way and then we'll adjust to the light. But this is another area. The broom is across the doorway to stop the door from slamming in this wind. But all of this was a mass of weeds. Weeds on steps equals trip hazard, so they've all gone. Right, let's see if the camera can just adjust. Just while we're down here, these 4 growing bags, they are there on purpose because that's the worst part of the patio for tripping. The other bit is where I have the washing line, so I've just taken it down for now, but normally I leave the washing line in there to warn me, careful in this bit. So there are plans for filling those with veggies, because you can see, where are we? Right at the end of April, the light is coming around again. But by the time we get into sort of June, when I'm hoping to plant them up, they'll get quite a bit of sunshine. Let me see, we're adjusting to the light now where I can pick up that viburnum, so you can see, look at all that beautiful bright green foliage that's coming back. I'm so glad, because it was looking really, it's just looking awful, so sad. But perking up now. Well, the brassicas you saw last time, the purple sprouting, the sprouts I didn't get to, I've well and truly blown and flowered now, but the bees love it, so I'm happy to leave that there for them. The lovely little, I've got 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 lettuces from Paul, little plug plants. They went in a couple of days ago. None of this garlic looks like it's fattening up much. It's been quite dry. I have watered the lettuce. I gave them a little bit of water because obviously transplanting and coming up from London, but I believe we're having rain in a couple of days, so I won't actually do any more watering out here. This little rose, the little supermarket rose, well, that's well and truly coming back and looking really happy. I should be very happy to see little flowers on that later on in the summer. The broad beans, oh my goodness, they've shot up. I don't know if you can get a sense. So since I last showed these to you at the beginning of April, I think they've all shot up by another, 20 centimetres easily. It's hard to get an idea of scale, but they're now standing at about 70 centimetres or so, some of them. Yeah, really shot up. And talking of shooting up, so are the chards. They're getting ready to set seed. They'll have a really big root by now, so it's not a case of getting down with a trowel to get them out. I need a fork to get them out, so I'll wait until the broad beans have been harvested before I clear them. They might have given me some seed by then, which would be great. You see the seed. Let me just bring this towards you a little bit. The seed head in there, just starting to form myriad little seed heads. And the stalk, it's hard to describe. It almost becomes like this sort of, I wonder if you can see it better on this one, like a sort of a chunky ribbon. It's mad. I love them. I love them when they start going to seed. They just look so, well, even more alien than normal. And down here somewhere, yes, if you can make out that, these thin strips of foliage, that's the 2 alliums that I inherited. Oh yeah, here we go. This one. Oh, I've got a face full of broad bean. As I'm bending down, you've got a face full. There we go. It's just starting to put out a bud. So I might hack the chard back a little bit so that I can see that. But yeah, this is the story that's making me really happy. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, tons and tons and tons of flowers. Now, can I see any? Yes, I can. I can see the first pods setting. You see? That was a flower. It got pollinated. And it's turning into a little pod. Whoops. So I'm hoping, oh my goodness, yes, definite poddage. Hold on. Can you see what I see? Pods the size of little fingers at the moment. I might even get my first taste by the end of May. Wonderful. Oh yeah, look, pods all the way up the stem. And of course, nip out the tops as well if you want to just saute them in a little bit of butter. Gorgeous. And so far, I don't want to jinx myself, but so far, no sign of black fly. Oh, I'm chuffed. I was a bit worried about them because of the mild winter. They shot up, were very, very sappy and delicate, and so you might be able to see it better with this one. What happened was they ended up flopped over, growing along the ground, and now they've gone upright and become nice and sturdy. Oh, I can't wait. In front of them, I have given these a bit of a watering in the last few days, the garlic, and they're looking fab. So, when to lift garlic? Well, they're starting to yellow, the leaves, but they've been in the same compost all that time. The compost will be depleted. It slightly depends where you are, and it slightly becomes an experiment. When I first started growing garlic in London on heavy clay soil, I first harvested them in the first week of June, which is what a lot of the books say. However, by then, a lot of them had got rot. So each year I started to harvest a little bit earlier, a little bit earlier, a little bit earlier, till I settled on the first week of May, and that seemed to be the time when I got the, a decent sized clove, and I would beat the rot. So these might actually be coming out very soon. We'll see. Oh, that'll be exciting. Can't wait to try them. Over here, this is the agapanthus that went into the pot on its own. So it's definitely alive. It's definitely doing something. The bird bath, which you saw me giving a really good scrub. So I'm trying to remember to change the water weekly. Trying to do it minimally weekly. Ugh, ivy's coming back. I keep having to go. The walls have all had a really good weeding as well, apart from the ones I want to keep, which I'll show you in a second. But yeah, the last 4 weeks have been really about weeding and getting back a bit of control. But I've left here, it's a little love in a mist, Nigella, love in a mist in a wall. I just thought, oh, you tenacious little thing, you really want to go for it, don't you? So I'll let you. And there's another one down here I left. They are very happy little self-seeders. Yeah, once you've got Nigella in your garden, you'll almost certainly always have it. The Verbena bonariensis at the back here. That's going along nicely. That has shot up quite a bit. Now talking of weeds, this over the back of the wall, this lovely red valerian is coming back. Oh, gorgeous. It's a gorgeous splash of colour, so that one stays. I need to get back down into my snicket and get rid of some more ivy, because I can see it's coming up the wall there. Oh yes, people are saying when you're going to get your furniture out. I'd wanted to this week, my bench and my table, but we are forecast a couple of days of rain, so yeah, just leave it on. And at the moment, time spent in the garden is very much about work rather than relaxing, so yeah, just leave it for now. Peppermint is going great guns. The daffodils, which I'm just leaving to die back naturally, and once that foliage has really died back, I'll lift them out of that pot, dry them and plant them somewhere. The marjoram in the top of the wall isn't looking too happy. I think it got a bit too dry there in the last couple of weeks. I think it's not helped by the wind. The wind is so drying. I can see a couple of bits that look alright, so I will nurture it. I will keep watering it. And then, oh, over here, this is some more Ciceringium that Paul took from a division of a clump at his garden. It's a lovely plant. It's got sort of long spikes for the flowers, sort of almost iris-like, and they are a sort of a pale yellow, sort of a nice puff of pale yellow. So I'm going to put them in this pot, plant them in this pot, but I want to empty the pot first because it's got bindweed in it. There's no point in planting into bindweed. So yeah, I'll get that emptied. And like I said, I have left a few of the wall weeds. There's a little bit of the ivy-leaved toad flax, a little bit of herb Robert, such pretty flowers. For one area I have also really tackled. It's just sort of a little bit of bicarb left down there, but look at the difference now. Oh my goodness, that took some work. I'm pleased with it though. Yeah, it's great having the back gate. It's a really useful space to be able to go up and down and use. But with all those weeds and along here, I just thought, oh, like I said in that previous video, just too dangerous a prospect. So yay, now for a weed-free back entrance, a bit more ivy-leaved toad flax there and more here. I just think it's adorable. Look at those pretty sweet wee flowers. But they have tiny roots and they're not going to damage the wall, unlike look what ivy does. That's why I need to tackle this clump of ivy. The problem is it starts next door. Anyway, so yeah, the main thing for this area, walking backwards. The main thing, of course, for this whole area is to get my shelves, box, everything crushed and got rid of, weeded. I never got to weed this area last year. I kind of gave up by then because we were getting into the summer, and I certainly didn't get to weed down the steps. That's all clear and clean now. Brilliant. I am so pleased with that. It's tedious work. Many times I wanted to give up, but I say no, Vivi, just get it done. The rose, again, it got a bit dry. It's looking a little bit droopy. I've given it a watering. I'll give it another watering. I think it needs a top up of compost too. It looks like the compost has shrunk in there. But I can see, even despite its floppiness, I can see that I need to start tying in again. Oh, has it got a bit of green fly, white fly? What's that on there? Looking, is it just dusty and droopy? Yeah, it's putting my hand in a pot, it is quite droopy. So yeah, note to self. I think, to be honest, because we had months and months and months and months of rain, watering just hasn't been on my mind. Apart from to water the seedlings. Now I've put them on the table because, where can I show you? So let's look at this tray first. This is supposed to be oxeye daisies from Gary, but the compost is really low in each module, so I'm wondering, have I been an absolute Dilbury? I'm wondering if I didn't seed it, because if I'd seeded it and then I would have put a bit of compost on top, each module would be fuller and there's nothing to show. I think I didn't seed it. You know what, it's because I was filming, lose track. But next to them are the hollyhocks. These are the hollyhocks from Joanne. I think they're purple. And I'm really glad these two have appeared, because you see I've got about 3 and 4 here. I also had about 4 in this one. And then I came out one morning and they'd all been nibbled. So I could see just a little bit of stem, but all the leaves had been nibbled. So I thought, right, let's get you off the floor somewhere a little bit safer. So yeah, I'm glad those two have appeared, because a little bit of a backup. When the cosmos first appeared, this is cosmos, I thought, oh brilliant, these two appeared first, and then this one, and then nothing. But you know what, again, cosmos is another one that once you've got it in your garden, leave it to nature, she'll do the work, they should self-seed. So long as I can get 1 or 2, I'll be happy, because once 1 or 2 are established, that means I should have them then forever. Yay! I just come to this one. So these are doing rudely well. These are Honesty. This came from Amanda. Lovely. Certainly plenty more than I need. They'll be for the shade garden. The next row is nasturtium, and once again it looks like I'm going to have a year when I can't get any nasturtium growing, and it's so frustrating, because this is another one that once you've got it in the garden, you'll always have it. I remember I sowed some nasturtiums in my allotment back in, I think, 2009 or 10. I never sowed nasturtiums again and always had them. It's just getting that first one or two to get going. Okay, so into the next one. This is going to be really hard to see because they're tiny. You see, teeny tiny. Teeny tiny. You might not be able to see where the compost has dried out a bit, but all the cells have them. Teeny tiny. These, my friends, are foxgloves. These are the foxgloves from Gary's allotment in London. I think they're mixed colours. But do you see now, right, when did I sow them? 21st of the 3rd. So they were sowed 5 weeks ago. Do you remember telling you about being patient with foxgloves? You've got to be patient because they're biennial. They won't flower till next year. You've also got to be patient because it takes a while to germinate and it takes ages. Well, last year it took 8 weeks for them to get to a size where I could actually prick them out. But never mind, I'm delighted to see some there. Quite a few, in fact. So I reckon from all 5 of these modules, I should be able to get at least, I would have thought, 3 or 4 out of each module. Yay, happy days. I've got here the jasmine cuttings, not sure what I'll do with them yet. And then this one where that one tucked down, it's doing great. This one, it looked half dead, but can you see just by my knuckle, you can see it's shooting there. So even when something looks half dead, don't give up straight away. Have a really close look because it might be that it's just starting to give you a surprise there. So yeah, they're fine in the pots. They'll just carry on getting away. This again, I'm not sure where it's going to go yet. I've got to do more clearing. This is a thornless blackberry. This was a cutting from Paul's plot. I look forward to getting it in somewhere. Likewise, the hosta and back there, the thyme. Empty pots. They had geraniums in last year. Oh, let me come around this side. I forgot to take cuttings, never mind. I've got a few here. Now, these aren't cuttings because the ones, I'm going to show you in the window. You see, they've been gorgeous, great big pom-poms of flowers there. I couldn't bear to cut the flowers off in order to take cuttings. And then I was at the supermarket and they had these trays of 6 little plants and they were £2.50. So I thought, right, I'm going to use some of my food budget. I'm just going to get some geraniums in case I don't get around to doing cuttings, so they can go in the pots. I think these are all white ones again. I wouldn't mind having some colours, but this is what they had. The last on the shelf, and they were looking a little bit sorry for themselves, so I thought, yeah, you can come home with me, I'll look after you. Oh, and next door, peas! These are the... Oh, I just saw that one's been proper nibbled off. Nibbled at the top, but it's got a shoot coming from the side. It can stay. So these are the ones from Sarah and Ian in the lovely Art House Matters packet. So there were 8 seeds and I've had 7 germinate. So I'm not going to be self-sufficient in peas, no, of course not, but I am going to get to enjoy a few, maybe one mealful. Actually, oopla, they won't become a meal, will they? Because I'll scoff them while I'm out here. They're irresistible, aren't they? Behind, that's the beetroot, and over here the chard. So all germinated. I've had a couple of nibbles. Everything's ended up here because of the nibbles. Nibbled there. These 2 flopped when I watered them, drowned them. Never mind. There's plenty more. So. Yeah, all of this will get planted out probably first week of June when I do tomatoes, etc., etc. It's all now waiting, should I say, on getting this bed harvested. Oh, it just looks fab, doesn't it? Well, it doesn't look fab as in pretty, it just looks fab as in full of food. Look at the beautiful broad beans reaching for the stars. Oh, thank you, broad beans. Thank you, weather. It just shows what a couple of weeks of sunshine can do, and a little bit of warmth. It hasn't been that warm. I've mentioned this in another video where I've been seeing on the TV, they say, oh, you know, it could be as much as 25 degrees. I look at my temperature, my forecast, and it'll say 15 degrees. Even the other day, someone was mentioning Poole. She lives over in Poole. And I thought, I wonder if there's much difference. So I looked for the weather forecast in Poole today and tomorrow, and just that Poole's about 10 or so miles away, other side of Poole Harbour, 2 degrees centigrade difference. So our top temperatures are going to be 16 and 15 today and tomorrow. Theirs are going to be 18 and 17. Anyway, so yeah, it's much, much cooler by the sea over here. But even so, the sunshine on the broad beans, that's what I was trying to say. And then finally, these are the foxgloves. Gosh, they really need to go in. Really need to clear some space. But, you know, they're looking, you know, fine. They're looking, all the new growth, this year's growth is looking wonderful and healthy. Obviously, around the bottoms they look a bit tatty, but that was all of last year's growth. This is this year's growth. Oh, happy days. And a bit of sunshine. Sunshine, cleared up mess, a ton of weeding, and, oh, just going to come around and sit again for a second. And food growing happily away, and occasional blue skies. Oh, isn't that delicious? Yeah, food's growing. Some of the horrid jobs have been done. Big jobs still to do, as in down there, the corner of doom and gloom, that I want to make a corner of peace and light and loveliness. All in good time. All in good time. Where it's at today compared with 4 weeks ago, I'm chuffed. And what more could you ask? Oh, apart from healthy, vigorous plants bursting, getting ready, should I say, to burst with yummy foodiness. All right, my lovelies, I'm about to wax lyrical about broad beans. So I better shut up and go away. I'll see you all again really soon. There'll be some more sewing. I've got more bits and bobs to sew, and I've got some backup sewing to do. So I will see you for the next one soon. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Let's leave it at that. For now, I will just say to you all, if you've got this going on where you are, this beautiful blue, go outside for 5 minutes, put yourself in it, and enjoy it. Until the next one, lovelies, cheerio.